Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Chris Adisbeck. I am joined with Olivier Eddy, and we are getting set for the bronze medal game here at the 2024 Football Canada Cup between Team Saskatchewan and Team Alberta. Olivier, we are close to the finish. It's been a great tournament so far. 2 more games, and looking forward to the first medal game here today.
Yeah, it has been a great tournament and lots of good teams. The 4 teams in this top half of the bracket have been displaying outstanding football. Class apart, I think they're 4 extremely talented teams. Today's storyline, challenging for Team Saskatchewan, Chris. They're coming into this game with 26 healthy players. They've got another, I believe, 3 or 4 dress players who they don't think will see the field because of light injuries or kind of an emergency kind of point of view. But that is a massive advantage for Team Alberta, who's coming in with a chip on their shoulders. It's going to be a tough battle for Saskatchewan today.
Yeah, it's definitely a tough matchup here for Saskatchewan, especially with all of the injured players that they have. We'll take a quick break for the national anthem and then come back. Kickoff, you mentioned the chip on the shoulder of Alberta, and we've talked about this for the last 48, 72 hours now. And yeah, obviously Alberta not wanting to play in this game after a tough battle against Quebec. And yeah,
I mean, the elephant in the room, right, is that Alberta appealed the last game thinking they deserved to win against Team Quebec based on the officiating mistake. Now, the reason why I'll bring this up and talk about it before this game starts, and then we'll leave it there, simply put, whether it's right or wrong to appeal, whether there's a mistake made by the official or not, I think all these things are part of the game. And I don't speak on behalf of the officials. I don't speak on behalf of Football Canada. I don't speak on behalf of the organizing committee. I don't speak on behalf of the group who came in. It was an independent group that came in to kind of look at the appeal. These are my comments, my perspectives on things. Where I'm bothered and what I want to bring up has nothing to do with the result of the game. Something to do with, and again, some people might don't love me for saying it, but these are my words, my thoughts. It's Football Alberta's statement saying how pleased of the outstanding, behavior from their coaches and fans at this tournament, after this. And I'll tell you, I didn't want to mention it until what happened before the game here, but on Wednesday after the game, you've got fans of Alberta chasing down the officials in a second building outside the stadium to yell at them after the game. And today, disgusting to me, but about a half hour before kickoff, and I'm sorry to say this, but the head coach of Team Alberta found an official sitting and swore at him, telling him how much he's a disgrace to the game. To me, it's disgusting. I don't know why the head coach of Team Alberta is still on the sideline. I thought he'd get kicked out, but Maybe I don't know those rules either. Maybe you can't kick out a coach before a game starts. I don't know, but we'll leave it there, Chris. I think it needs to be said because I'm not okay with the disrespect towards the officials. To me, that's not right at all, but let's leave it there. Let's move on for this game and wish all the athletes a good game here today. We've got a great battle, a really, really tough Team Alberta, very capable Team Alberta, playing against a Team Saskatchewan that, as we said in the pregame, are down quite a bit of bodies today. Yeah,
as you mentioned, Olivier, after all what's happened, we still got to play this game. Both teams playing for bronze. As again you said, very important to respect our officials. As Team Saskatchewan is going to take a deep shot here, and that one falls incomplete. Pressured on the play, Adrian Ayum, the quarterback, and well said. We want to respect our officials. We've coached our whole lives. We've officiated flag football, tackle football at times as well. And we know it's not easy. And we're looking forward to a good football game here between both teams.
We are, as they take a deep shot to start the game to Ben Blackburn. Blackburn was the recipient of was it 109
I
yards?
said 109. Someone said 108.
108 yards.
Sounds pretty good.
Okay, 109 reception last game. They went to him on first down here, incomplete.
They did. As Rayum is the quarterback here from Campbell Collegiate. Pressure right away. He's got a ton of athletic ability, though, and he loves to scramble with the ball that time. He stopped short of the yards to gain, though, and Saskatchewan's going to have to likely punt this one away on their first offensive drive.
He's been a bright spot for Team Saskatchewan, a scrambling QB. He's not afraid of physical contact. Showed it there. I think Team Sask is going to have a tough task today against Alberta's size and strength, especially being down in numbers. It's going to be a tough game, and Rium's going to have to use his legs to keep his team into it.
21. So, number 21 set to punt this away. That is Riel Parangi, the punter for Saskatchewan. Team Alberta with two very dangerous returners. They've had good tournaments back there.
The Saskatoon Marion Graham Falcons athlete getting ready to punt this one away.
Good snap. Play blown dead. And it looks like an early procedure call against Saskatchewan.
So back up Saskatchewan 5 yards. 3rd and 8 upcoming. So again, expectations for today's game, Chris. Is there a heavy favorite in today's game?
I don't want to call them a heavy favorite, but Alberta has to be the favorites going into this one. Between the injuries to Saskatchewan and the size and speed that we've seen from Alberta as well. However, Team Saskatchewan, a tough team, resilient team, and I expect it to be, a good football game no matter what.
Mm-hmm. And Alberta showing really well in this tournament. They lost by 1 to Quebec, a very strong Quebec team, which we'll see later in the gold medal game. Alberta, physical, fast team, very capable.
Parangi gets a booming kick away, caught by Jackson Sterling there, and brought down right away at the 37-yard line.
Hey, good job, Team Saskatchewan on the coverage. It's something they struggled with against Ontario last game was their punt coverage, so way better start to the game now, getting a good punt off and good coverage, limiting the gain to about 4 or 5 yards.
Yeah, good tackle by number 34, Jarrett Hayward from the Weyburn Eagles football program. Back-to-back provincial champions in their category.
Yeah, absolutely. As Alberta gets ready here on first down, we've seen them pass the ball well in this tournament. They can also run it.
Cohen Bonnet in at quarterback to start for Alberta. The 6'5" quarterback from the George McDougall Mustang football program. He'll turn. He will hand it off to his running back in the backfield. And he's going to be bet right away at the line of scrimmage by Team Saskatchewan, led by number 44, Riker Hansen.
Number 76 for Saskatchewan, defensive lineman from North Battleford Viking, is sporting a gigantic, what do we call it? We don't call it a cast. A club on his left hand. He didn't have that last game.
No, that is a large club. You can see it from up here even.
Now the reason why it's clubbed so big at times is to make sure that if he has a cast underneath, that cast is, if you will, not protected, that the opponent is protected from the cast, so there's a bit of a bubble type of wrap around it to keep his arms soft and not dangerous.
Second down, Bonnet's pass intended for number 82 falls incomplete, so Saskatchewan and Alberta trading 2 and outs here to start this game.
We've seen a lot of those, right? Every game almost so far, teams have traded 2 and outs to begin the game, almost like offenses are feeling each other out, trying to figure out, okay, how do I line up against this formation, or do they move against, jet motion, whatever it might be. So coordinators getting a bit of information here, even though they get 2 and out, they're looking on their play sheets and they're learning a few things.
So Ira Hozak set to punt this one away. He's got a cannon for a leg. He showed it off in this tournament. Ben Blackburn returning for Team Saskatchewan.
The punting has been very good for Team Alberta so far this week.
Hozak gets a snap, a little bit of a high one, does a good job to get that. Another decent kick away. That one's going to land around the 40-yard line. Touches a Saskatchewan player. That's going to be a no-yards call. Blackburn picks it up after the touch, and they will start 5 yards up from there.
Alberta like to go with the field return, which makes sense when a team gives you a one-returner look, right? They're going to cheat to the boundary thinking they know where you're going, but good decision. Only unfortunate thing is that the bounce helps Team Saskatchewan there because of the no-yard penalty.
Yeah, so that will move Saskatchewan up for their second offensive drive.
If you're following at home and you like statistics, you've got regenerams.com/stats, STATS. Give you a look at live statistics of today's game. All the game statistics are recorded and are on the Football Canada tournament page. Thank you for those working hard next door here. We can see them through the window.
They're going to call a 15-yard penalty there. I thought that it touched and then bounced into a Saskatchewan player, but they're going to make it a 15-yard penalty.
Chris, can you tell us about the difference in variation on that no-yard penalty?
Yeah, the no yards, 5 yards variety typically when the ball is on the ground. And then there's a no yards call, 15 when the ball is in the air. However, that time, like I said, they're calling that a 15-yarder. The Alberta defender made no attempt to maybe get out there. That was tough. There's a bounce, really not his fault. But Team Saskatchewan will take that 15 yards and start this drive. Short gain on first down.
Yeah, Wolf gets the carry there, inside carry, with a bit of a jet motion. Saskatchewan looking at a 2nd and 8 as they cross midfield for the first time today.
2nd and 8, ball on the 52-yard line. Right hash, Adrian Rayum takes the snap, looks to throw, has some time, pressure up the middle, gets that ball away, high throw, almost intercepted, ball's incomplete, and Saskatchewan will punt this one away once again.
Right idea, but Rayum threw that one a little bit from his back foot. The ball sailed away from him. That was a dangerous throw, but falls incomplete. It's punt time again for Team Saskatchewan.
Rio Perangi set to punt this one away. He had a good punt on the first drive for Saskatchewan. Good snap. Perangi gets another nice kick away. That one's going to land around the 15-yard line. Caught in the air by the Alberta returner. Tons of room as he jumps over a Saskatchewan defender out of bounds. That is number 32, David Okoya, one of the best returners in this tournament.
Very good return. They're only going to get 10 yards net, that is, Team Saskatchewan on the punt, so Alberta will be happy with getting field position here. They'll start on their own 39-yard line.
Likely the biggest crowd of the tournament so far today. Host team Saskatchewan. As Alberta will start this drive on the 39-yard line. Bonnet turns, hands it off to number 5. Gain of about 5 on the play. Seth Polzer, the star running back for Alberta.
Brought to you by number 54, Keith Struthers. Gain of 5, second and 5.
So gain of 5, ball on the 44-yard line now in the middle hash. Reminder for those watching, this is a CFL stadium, so those bright, heavily marked hashes are for the CFL game. You'll see the amateur hashes a bit wider, a bit lighter every 10 yards. Bonnet takes the snap, looks to throw. He's going to scramble left, gets out of the pocket. He's going to take a deep shot, and that is complete to number 80. That is Dylan Morin with the reception in the first down, Alberta.
The St. Joseph Celtics receiver gets the grab, moves Alberta on the other side of the 55-yard line.
It's a nice job by Bonnet to get out of the pocket there and deliver a strike to his receiver.
Bonnet having a good tournament.
Hands it off to Polzer that time. Met right away by that Saskatchewan D-line. Gain of only 2 on the play.
Speaking of players who've been excelling, Polzer also playing a really good game against Team Quebec a few days ago. Very capable running back, number 5 that is, for the blue and white team.
Keenan Struthers, the 5'11 linebacker from the Riffle Royal program here in Regina, in on the tackle. 2nd and 8. Bonnet looks to throw. He's going to throw left, has a receiver open in the flats there. Saskatchewan playing that cover 3 look, finds the open receiver.
Yeah, and I expect Alberta to try and exploit that as much as possible. Teams who play a loose cover 3, they're basically saying, go ahead, try to make 5 to 6 yard completions. I bet at some point you'll miss one, and you'll be forced to a second long or forced to a punt situation. On that particular play, the quarterback finds his wide receiver, who's sitting near the sideline, as his cornerback dropped into deep coverage.
Bilibogovic with the reception there for Alberta. 1st and 10 now, turns. Play action, looks to throw, escapes the pressure there, keeps it up the middle himself, breaking tackles, and a good job by Bonnet there to get some positive yards.
Deshaun Lewis out of Martinsville. The Martinsville Royals comes in, makes a play on the quarterback. He's playing the field corner position, but he made his way all the way into the middle of the box to make a tackle. Good pursuit by the young DB.
2nd and 2 now after the quarterback keep. Bonnet and Polzer in the backfield. Play action, looks to throw, quick hook. That time decides to keep it himself. He's going to have a ton of room on the right side. The athletic quarterback cuts 2, splits the defenders, and takes that in for a 27-yard touchdown. Just some poor tackling by the Saskatchewan DBs there. Bonnet doing a nice job splitting the defenders, taking that one in for a touchdown.
And credit also to number 82,
yes,
Dawson Hunter, the 6'5" receiver out of Spruce Groves, Alberta. He made the best out of his blocking opportunity as he was pancaking a defensive back into the end zone. He's going to be happy to put that one on his personal highlight tape.
That will be one that does end up on the highlight tape for sure for both quarterback and receiver. He wanted to hit that quick hook route. It was covered well by the defenders there for Saskatchewan. Bonnet keeps it, tucks it, and runs. And Ira Hozak is now on attempting an extra point attempt after the touchdown. George Arbez, the holder. Good snap. Arbez gets that down. And Hozak's kick is good. That will make Team Alberta a 7-0 lead over Saskatchewan here with 4 minutes and 57 seconds left here in the first quarter.
Well, strong second drive for Team Alberta. Found a way to both run and pass the ball through the Saskatchewan defense to put some first score on the board.
So a couple 2-and-outs to start this game. In Alberta, they're driving down the field. Quarterback keeping it himself, giving Alberta a lead here. Just under 5 minutes left. Hozak set to punt this one away for Alberta. The strong-legged kicker. He's going to kick that all the way to the 4-yard line. And the Alberta cover team doing a good job there, limiting the return as the returner gets to about the 23-yard line. That is Liam Platt on the return.
Now Liam Platt out of the Miller Marauders, he's taken over the duties for Sullivan Smith-Windsor, who we saw return a lot of kicks for Team Saskatchewan.
So new quarterback in for Saskatchewan. We believe it is Nolan Uren, different number jersey here, and that falls incomplete. They had to switch gears right before the game and wear these black Team Saskatchewan jerseys, as the green ones that they had on were a bit too ripped up from their previous game to wear. So some of the numbers on our roster might be a little different, as Uren was wearing number 8 in the previous games, however, wearing number 7 right now. Nolan Uren from the Weyburn Eagles program. Pressure coming Backside, Uren gets that one away. Dangerous throw. None of the defenders saw it, though, and that one falls incomplete. And
Thomas Rowan, the linebacker from Holy Trinity Knights, comes in, and the big quarterback pressure gets a lick on a Saskatchewan quarterback, forcing a 3rd and 10.
Third and 10 now. Saskatchewan set to punt this one away. Rio Parangi, the punter. The ever dangerous David Okoya back to return for Alberta. This time they'll kick away from him. Jackson Sterling is going to return this one for Alberta. He has a little room on the sideline there, but a good job by the Saskatchewan punt team. Goes out of bounds just before half.
Saskatchewan defensive back is handling the punting duties. That was a booming punt. You got you got the nose of the football to turn over on that punt. That's what you want as a punter. That shows good technique. They'll be happy with that punt as Alberta takes over near midfield.
1st and 10. Ball right on the 50-yard line. Left hash here for Cohen Bonnet. He has 1 rushing touchdown so far today. Takes the snap. Hands it off to number 7. That is Ethan Granum. Flag down on the play. AJ Ward in on the tackle.
Saskatchewan going with a 3-4 defense today. They clearly have some injury issues and have to do things differently. That's a challenging task for defensive coordinators when you have so many players not dressed for the game. You're going to have some players in different spots, maybe change your play calls. There will be some mistakes made at some point by the athletes. That's normal, but Saskatchewan's going to try to fight and power through this one.
Holding the call against Alberta. So it becomes 1st and 20 now.
That's a little bit friendlier for the defensive coordinator, as I just mentioned the opposite. Knowing Team Saskatchewan, they'll sit back here.
And that motions his receivers, looks to pass. Quick hook on the sideline there. That is complete to number 9, Bilibogovic. Short gain.
Liam Platt been very impressive this tournament. He's one of the premier DBs in this entire tournament. He's been all over the place. Interceptions, tackles. Looked really good on that play, limiting Alberta to 5 yards. It'll be 2nd and 15.
Screen or draw time?
That's the rule, Chris. That's the rule.
That is the rule. That's right.
If you're just joining us and haven't heard us in the broadcast before, it's our favorite guest on 2nd and 15.
Bonnet takes the snap, looks to throw. He's going to take a deep shot this time, but decides to keep it himself. Was looking deep. Good job by the Saskatchewan defense, forcing a short gain, and Alberta's going to have to punt this one away.
Not exactly a draw, but the quarterback ran up the middle after not seeing any options downfield. Saskatchewan will be happy to get the ball back as Blackburn sets himself up for the return.
Hozak getting set to punt this one away. Ben Blackburn, the returner. Hozak aiming towards the boundary here. High snap. Hozak does a good job getting that one. He does punt it to the boundary. A nice booming punt caught by Blackburn on the 15-yard line. Does a nice job catching that in the air. Gets a couple yards there, but a good job by the cover team.
Great punt, great coverage. Saskatchewan will take over on their own 24-yard line. Great display of punting in this tournament. I was a punter myself. I'll tell you this, even though I had a 5-year career in youth sport, at the under 18 level, every single one of these punters are significantly better than I was at their age.
You know, they've stopped kicking in the middle of the field as well. I know we talked about that early in the tournament, but as you said, some great punters, kickers in this tournament. It is Uren still in a quarterback for Team Saskatchewan. He'll turn, he'll hand it off to Braden Wolf, keeps his feet moving, spins off a defender, gets a gain of about 7 on the play.
Good, strong run for Team Saskatchewan. They'll be happy with that. 2nd and 2. as they look to get their first down of the game.
Second and 2 coming up here for Saskatchewan. Likely turn and hand it off to Braden Wolf from the Miller Marauder program here in Regina. They will hand it off to him. Pressure inside right away by that Alberta D-line. It's going to be 3rd and short.
As Alberta blitzed their linebacker precisely where, Chris, you expected the ball to be, and good play call on defense. It'll be 3rd and short.
There's 2 88s. Do you remember? 87.
Number 80, Rogan Pipko from the Balgony Griffins, getting involved, blocking with defensive back on that play. Good block by the young receiver. As Saskatchewan brings on the punt team here, Chris, on 3rd and half a yard.
Are you surprised? Yeah, 3rd and got to be fake territory here, hey?
Well, as underdogs coming into this game,
There's a timeout, Saskatchewan.
part of me believe that maybe it's a situation where you want to go for it, but then again, still early in the game, and they've been punting the ball well.
Head coach Dwayne Mason wanting to think about this one maybe as he calls a timeout, their first of the half here.
Looks like the offense will be running back on.
Yes, yeah. Offense getting ready to come back on here on the sideline.
I like the aggressive call. I know it's in your own end, but 3rd and half a yard, I think you got to trust your ability to quarterback sneak it here, or maybe you've got a favorite play call, giving your team a chance to feel good, get their first down of the game, and build some momentum. 57 seconds left in this first quarter. I feel like it elapsed very quickly.
Yeah, very fast first quarter for sure. As the Saskatchewan offense does take the field, Rayum back in at quarterback. Braden Wolf behind him. Rayum just going to walk to under center. He'll take the snap. Gets hit right at the line. Looks like it's going to be close. He likely got enough for a first down. We'll see where they mark it.
Yeah, both officials spotting the ball here at their foot into the white line. So first down, Saskatchewan on the 35-yard line. Good quarterback sneak. And good decision for Coach Dwayne Mason.
Rayum going to stay in the game at quarterback. Jet motion coming across. Rayum fakes it, keeps it himself that time, but the Alberta defense not fooled at all. Ben Hayden in on the tackle for the Alberta D-line.
Another Holy Trinity Knight making a play here, forcing a 2nd and 9, as I hear from the crowd. Good job, Hayden.
That's right. It was a good job by Hayden.
It sure was.
This will be the last play of the first quarter.
We hear the crowd quite well up here in Mosaic Stadium. We've got the window open on our side.
Rayum looks to throw, looks right, takes a deep shot to Ben Blackburn, and that one's going to be incomplete, hitting the defender in the back. That is number 25, Solomon Carlson, on the coverage.
Well, end of the first quarter, score 7-0. So far, Alberta showing a little bit of an edge over Team Saskatchewan.
Yeah, one-score game so far. Solomon from the Cochrane program in Alberta, the Cochrane Cobras. We had the opportunity to coach there about a month ago. Beautiful turf facility in Cochrane.
Yeah, and a beautiful sight. You see the mountains in the back, and we were there in a fluctuating weather type of game, so the skies were very lively, and it was gorgeous in Cochrane, Alberta.
One-score game, Olivier. Saskatchewan about to punt this one away on 3rd down, and had a great game before this. Team New Brunswick coming away with a win and a goal line stand last play of the game.
Yeah, it was a wild finish. Team Manitoba electing to let the clock run down to 1 second, take a timeout as they were 2nd and goal from the 1. or 3rd and goal from the 1, pardon me. Unfortunately for them, as they lined up for their quarterback sneak, there was a procedure, early movement by the offense, backed them up for a 3rd and 6 with zeros on the clock this time. And opted to go with a pass play in the middle of the field and fell incomplete to New Brunswick's joy. A good tournament for Manitoba. They came in ranked 8th. They finished the tournament ranked 6th. They had a big win against Nova Scotia on Wednesday. New Brunswick on their side, back-to-back 5th place finish. They got to feel pretty good about where they stand for my old small populated province. I think finishing 5th in this tournament is remarkable, something they need to be proud of. Back-to-back 5th place finishes for Team New Brunswick.
Absolutely a good football game, down to the wire. New Brunswick coming away with the 5th place finish as Saskatchewan is getting set to punt this one away to start the second quarter. Pronji gets a nice booming punt away. Of course, he's going to have to back up. He does catch it, but goes out of bounds at the 32-yard line.
Number 10 from Team Alberta, sorry to say it, Gavin Weiser, a textbook hold, spinning around the Team Saskatchewan player by the jersey. At the point of attack, he got away with one. The definition of bear hugging your opponent and spinning him to the ground.
No call on the play.
Well, in the middle of special teams on the line of scrimmage, you often get away with some stuff because, there's a lot of traffic.
There's a lot of traffic, a lot of bodies, a lot of field to cover for the officials on things like punt as well. As Alberta will start here, 31-yard line. Cohen Bonnet, the quarterback, take the snap. He's going to look to throw, looking left, scrambles right. Has lots of time, avoids a Saskatchewan D lineman there. Complete to his receiver to number 7. That is Ethan Grandam, the running back, and that's going to be enough for an Alberta first down.
Keaton Struther is coming from his linebacker position from the Riffle Royals. He's going all the way to the flats to make the tackle on that, but as you said, Chris, not before first down has been gained.
Keaton Struther is a linebacker, O-lineman, good athlete from Riffle. Bonnet takes a snap. He will turn, and he will keep it himself with a ton of room on the right side. A well-run fake by the quarterback there, and that's going to be another big 15, 16-yard run for a first down. Bonnet has been killing the Saskatchewan defense with the read options, or the option plays, the ends sucking in, and Bonnet has a touchdown rushing and another big gain there.
He's a good quarterback. He's got strong stature. He can throw the ball downfield, but he's a good runner too. And those dual threat QBs, they're difficult to stop.
6'5" quarterback gets a snap here. He will turn and he will just hand it off to his running back that time. And breaking tackles once again, finally brought down is Ethan Grannon, but not before another gain of about 8 or 9 on the play.
The running back from Holy Rosary Raiders in Lloydminster, Alberta, getting involved here. His first carry of the day.
Ball moves up to the 42-yard line now, second and 2. Granham in the backfield still. Saskatchewan brings a blitz that time. And brought down right away. A good job by the Team Saskatchewan defender. That is Keenan Struthers once again in on that tackle, along with another teammate there. It's going to bring up 3rd and short now.
Team Alberta will like to go for it. Confidence on their O-line here. Likely going to try to push their QB forward for 1.25 yards or so. Very good execution there, I thought, from the quarterback. He gets set up under center and right away snaps the ball on what is likely a silent count. Gets the first down for his team.
Yeah, well executed short yardage play there for the Alberta offense, and that's going to keep this drive going. Ball on the 38-yard line. George Arbez staying in the game at quarterback here for Alberta. He'll take the snap. He will hand it off to Granham that time, but right away, ball comes out, but he's blown dead. So Alberta will retain possession.
Brought down for number 44, Jared Hayward.
Almost a fumble caused by the Saskatchewan defense there.
The red guy that was coming.
Second and 11, loss of 1 on the play. Left hash. Arbez staying in the game here. Rolls out, throws a ball behind his receiver, but the receiver does a good job to catch that. Short gain on the play, though, and now third down. And Alberta coaching staff going to have a decision to make here. Gavin Packham in on the coverage.
Third down.
3rd and 6, and this offense is staying on the field. George Arbez, the quarterback still. Grandam, the running back. Arbez takes a snap. Blitz coming from Saskatchewan. Arbez avoids it. He's going to try and hit the corner there, and he's not going to get a first down. The Saskatchewan defenders rallied up there, and that's going to be a turnover on downs.
AJ Ward and Liam Platt conversion together on the vice tackle / out of bounds push. First down, Team Saskatchewan.
As the refs officially call it a turnover. So good stop by the Saskatchewan defense there on 3rd down. George Arbez trying to keep himself on the run. That forces a turnover. So Saskatchewan will start now. 1st and 10, ball on the 29-yard line. Adrian Rayum, number 15, out of Campbell Collegiate here in Regina, in at cornerback.
26 is back. And handoff.
Burke Bartko, the running back, in on this play. Met right away. Flags down, though.
Offside Alberta is the call. It'll be 1st and 5, Team Saskatchewan. Team Saskatchewan holding in there, again at a pretty big disadvantage here with a very small roster for today's game. And not only that, let's give credit to Team Alberta. Team Alberta is a good football team. They're big, they're strong, they're athletic. They played very well all tournament long. They're a tough opponent.
They are a very tough opponent. Again, very close to being in that gold medal game as Rayum gets the snap there, completes to the left to Ben Blackburn, and that's going to be a Saskatchewan first down.
It's up to the 40-yard line. And that's the Team Saskatchewan first down.
Rayum with the throw there to his Ben Blackburn teammate. We talked about Ben Blackburn, a U16 player last year. His older brother was on U18. He's now playing for, or going to be playing for Harvard football, which is exciting. As they will hand it off to Blackburn here on the jet sweep that time. Finds the corner, breaks one tackle, and that's going to be close to, if not another, first down, and a late flag thrown once again.
If you're following at home in the live stats, we're just having a bit of technical difficulties right now. We'll try to get these updated as soon as we can.
And that's going to move the ball up. We saw Alberta take about 8 unnecessary roughness penalties in their game against Quebec.
And not just 8, I think they did, which has to be close to a Canada Cup record. They were penalized, and I don't have the stats in front of me, but there's 275 yards of penalties in that game before the end.
And Rayum's not going anywhere on that play. In on the backfield, number 34, Joe Abu-Meshrik, the outstanding defensive lineman for Team Alberta.
Sure is. Said his name more than once in this tournament.
Big Joe making a nice play.
Big Joe being one of these pleasant surprises for the coaching staff. Stepped up, just been playing outstanding. We have some great interactions with Team Alberta's GM. Love that man very much. He's full of insight for us. Always a smile on his face. Saw him around campus a few times this week. And
as Rayum scrambles and gets that ball away, tries to find a receiver but falls incomplete. Sam Metcalf in on the with the pressure, forcing a tough throw there for Rayum. Solomon Carlson in on the coverage for Alberta, and that forces a 3rd and long. Pronji set to punt this one away. He's had a great day punting so far. Good snap, Pronji. Aiming to the boundary. We can hear it from up here. That's another nice deep kick. Okoye catches that at the 7-yard line. And the Team Saskatchewan cover team does a good job. Once again, that is Liam Platt with the tackle.
Number 10 from Team Alberta, I can't figure it out if he's the best special teams team I've ever seen because he's getting pancake after pancake, or if he's getting away with some flagrant holds out there, but he's on top of the Saskatchewan player who seemed to be visibly angry after the play. It's sometimes a sign of very good physical play, sometimes it's a sign of the opposite.
Yeah, you mentioned on the last punt that there was could have been a holding call against number 10, but he has a couple pancakes and no flags against him. Bonnet back in at quarterback for Alberta. Polzer, the running back. Bonnet will throw, looks to the right, finds his receiver. That is number 6 with his reception, Liam Pacinen.
And again, we expect Alberta to do this often in this game, just throw the 5-yard hitches against cover 3. They're able to get their 5 yards indeed, a 2nd and 5. As I look up, Chris, you asked a question of the penalty yardage for Manitoba. So I found the stats from last game, 17 for 170.
And there's a lot of penalties in one game.
Yeah, 35 penalties in total. Quebec BNP allows more than Alberta on that game. They had 18 penalties.
2nd and 5, ball on the 23-yard line. Bonnet scrambles to his right. He's going to try and take a deep shot. He has Okoye deep, and that one falls incomplete, and they're going to throw a flag on the coverage there. I don't agree with that one.
Well, to me, it's exactly what we saw on 2 deep passes of Team Saskatchewan earlier. If they want to call screening, to me, it's inconsistent what we saw earlier in the game, but the officials do choose to throw it on that play.
Yeah, see, that just looks like good coverage there by the Team Saskatchewan defender. I don't have the number as the jerseys were changed, so I'm not sure who that was on the coverage, but it was number 19, Deshaun Lewis from the Martinsville football program, but he's going to get called here for a pass interference, so that will give Alberta a 1st down.
Oh, yeah, as I'm looking at the replay here, maybe a generous call here helping Team Alberta.
Absolutely. So 1st and 10, ball now on the 38-yard line. Bonnet takes it, hands it off to Polzer inside there, finds a hole, hits it, and that's going to be a 17-yard run for their star running back, Seth Polzer.
Good crowd here today, Chris. Obviously, the Saskatchewan parents traveled well and easy on a Saturday. Alberta not being too far. Lots of blue and white who made the trek as well.
Yes, sister provinces as well, obviously allows for a big crowd. That moves the ball up to the 53-yard line now. Bonnet takes it, blitz coming from Saskatchewan, play action, finds number 28 out of the backfield, and short, actually a decent gain on the play. It's going to bring up 2nd and short.
Finds Devin Boomeister, the H-back at a Springbank Phoenix program in Calgary, on my now favorite offensive play.
There you go. You've just determined that's your favorite offensive play in the last game.
I did. I just keep seeing teams run, inside handoffs or a bit of a kick-out motion, and when they leak out that kick-out motion to the flats, I see good things happening over and over again. So it sounds like a favorable play at the U18 level Canada Cup. It's been a high completion percentage and high yardage play for most teams.
Yeah, for sure. As that brings us to the 3-minute warning, a 1-score game here. Team Alberta leading Team Saskatchewan, and if you're Team Saskatchewan, you got to feel pretty good about the score at this point in the game. We've talked about the injuries that they're facing and some of the things going on that sideline, and it's been a good football game so far.
Yes, it has. As I look to ramble off some stats to see where the teams kind of compare statistically, but I think our stats system is down for now, so we'll just do it by memory.
So 2nd and 2 now for this Alberta offense led by Cohen Bonnet, the quarterback. He'll take the snap. Blitz coming from Saskatchewan. Hands it off to Polzer. That time, room on the left side. Good job by that Alberta offensive line, and that is going to be a first down.
That Alberta offensive line, we've got players from Holy Trinity Knights, from Holy Rosary Raiders, from Henry Rise Woodwares, from the Cochrane Cobras, from Polkane Blues. They're from all over the province, from Harry Ainley Titans. A really good offensive line, a strong physical offensive line. They had a great game against Quebec, and they run the ball well today as well.
So that does move the chains. 4 seconds left on the play clock. Burnett takes it, hands it off to Polzer. Big seam that time on the right side. That offensive line creating big running lanes for their star running back, and that is another first down, Alberta.
Alberta looking dominant right now in this drive as they're looking to extend their lead to 14. They're now in the red zone on the 20-yard line. Do we call it in red zone, Chris and Kane, football? Is it inside the 20? Is that an American football term only? What's your...
No, I would say that is a general football term.
Okay.
You can call it the green zone if you're an offense.
Or the Connexus money zone if you're a Saskatchewan Roughrider
That's
fan.
right. That's right. No money being given away today, though. As Bonnet takes it, he'll keep it himself this time. Shovel pass to Polzer that time, and he's going to take that in for a 20-yard Team Alberta touchdown.
Nice play design on the shovel. Bonnet finds Polzer, my apologies.
Either way, he'll take that touchdown no matter what his last name is.
Finds number 5, Seth, who's had a great tournament.
Love a good shovel pass. You and I talked about that earlier in our WWCFL season, and well executed that time. Polzer doing a good job, a little bit behind him, tracks it down, and then there's a ton of room in front of him after that.
Nicholas Oliveira Forster, the offensive lineman out of Henry Wise Wood Warriors in Calgary, leading the way on that touchdown reception.
Our Hozak set to attempt this extra point, I should say. Good snap, good hold, and that kick is up and good. That will increase Alberta's lead to 14 with 1 minute and 37 seconds left here in the first half. 1 timeout Saskatchewan and 2 for Alberta.
I like your confidence, Chris, in saying that he's getting ready to make his extra point. Indeed he does. He's a solid kicker. Ira Hozak from Medicine Hat Hawks, obviously in Medicine Hat, Alberta. He's been kicking well all year. All week.
Well, maybe all year. You never know.
We never know.
He, definitely. I would go as far to say the strongest leg in the tournament that we've seen so far, and a confident kicker as he kicks that one through, as it's being retrieved in about the 6th row here at Mosaic Stadium.
For context, Chris, we have kind of evaluated him as somebody who can, on a nice day like today, is probably good from 50.
Yeah, we'll see here. He's kicked his kickoffs into the end zone at times. The wind not a factor, although up high there is some right to left wind. So if he does get this one high, it might be able to get it into the end zone. As he kicks this one away, it's going to be caught at the 5-yard line by Ben Blackburn. He has some blockers in front of him trying to find a seam, but the Alberta cover team doing a decent job both sides, and that's where Saskatchewan will take over. Blackburn gets the ball up to the 32-yard line. Nolan Uren coming in at quarterback for Team Saskatchewan to start this drive. Try and put some points up here before the end of the first half. Uren takes the snap, looks to throw, setting up that screen pass, and that one is going to go nowhere. Not a well-executed screen pass there by the Saskatchewan offense. Lots of bodies there where the running back was trying to get to. Knocked down there, actually, by the Alberta D-line. So 2nd and 10 now. Uren takes the snap, looks left, takes a shot, finds his receiver in the slot there. That's Ben Blackburn, and that's going to be close to a first down. It looks like they will give him favorable forward progress there.
Good pitch and catch on 2nd and 10 there, running an outside release go by the wide receiver, making sure that corner has to go deep with him, opening some space for the slot back. Blackburn underneath. He runs a 10-yard out. Nice pitch and catch. It's first down, Team Saskatchewan.
Time running here, minute 10 left. One timeout for Saskatchewan. Your end turns. Running back draw. And the Alberta linebackers do a good job to snuff that one out right away. Tackle by number 22, Sam Metcalf. They were not fooled on that draw. Second and 8, time running, under a minute left here in the first half. Alberta up by 2 scores. Kind of an odd Alberta front here, showing it late. They're bringing pressure. The Saskatchewan O-line does a good job protecting your end, though. That ball will fall incomplete. Olivier, kind of a standing front there for the Alberta defense, delaying their blitz and their rush.
Yeah, showing lots of different looks in this tournament. Good job by the defensive coordinator mixing it up.
Saskatchewan will have to be careful here. They're going to punt this one away. They have a dangerous returner back in Okoya. 46 seconds left, and Alberta still has 2 timeouts.
That was Thomas Rowan, the linebacker, out of Holy Trinity Knights, expanding his zone and zone coverage there, making a play, and also making sure he doesn't rock the receiver and take any unnecessary roughness penalties. He keeps him up, forcing a punt here on 3rd and long.
Alberta only with 1 returner back this time, showing pressure. They're going to bring some heat that time as Perangi gets it away, but it's a high punt as he faced pressure in his face, and that's going to go out of bounds around the 50-yard line.
Yeah, they're going to get about 15 yards here on the punt as Alberta takes over on their own 47.
So 40 seconds left. 2 timeouts, though, for Alberta. They've got Ira Hozak, the dangerous kicker here. We might get to see that long 50-yard field goal attempt here. We'll see.
Yeah, Alberta needs 1 or maybe 2 first downs here to be in field goal range. With 39 seconds to go and 2 timeouts. You're right, Chris. I think there's a strong possibility we see a field goal attempt to end the half. As I see a happy, smiling Alberta coaching staff on my right, who just gave me a bit of a nudge and a wink.
Bonnet going to roll out to his right. He has a couple receivers there. He's going to take a shot downfield, and he finds his receiver. The big arm quarterback throws a 57-yard touchdown on the first play of this drive.
Is that why I got a nod and a wink from the coaching staff on my right with Team Alberta? They're feeling pretty good in how they're playing so far today. A nice touchdown here late in the second quarter to take a 20-point lead. They got to be feeling good about their team and how they're playing.
Yeah, Liam Pachinen with the long touchdown and a great throw by Bonnet there, as that is a dagger for the Saskatchewan defense, giving up a long touchdown on that first play of that drive. Taking only 10 seconds off the play clock there as Ira Hozak is about to kick this extra point. Good job by George Arbez. The snap behind him gets that down as Hozak kicks that extra point through, increasing their lead to 21.
Well, Chris, I was hoping to see a long field goal attempt because those are exciting. Instead, we saw a long touchdown pass, a 65-yard touchdown pass.
Also exciting.
Also exciting. I should be precise, a 63-yard touchdown pass.
Yes. So a tough play there for Saskatchewan as Alberta increases their lead to 3 touchdowns with only 30 seconds left here in the first half.
It's going to be difficult for Team Saskatchewan today. I think Alberta matches up very well against Team Sask, especially with all the injuries we've seen. So we're going to see a team now dressed in black today who needs to show a lot of character. They need to regroup at half and try to come up with a game plan for the second half, but not an easy task against this strong, fast, physical, dominant Team Alberta unit.
Hozak getting lined up to kick this one away to Saskatchewan. deep kick as Ben Blackburn retreats down to his 1 yard line to return this one. He's going to try and hit the field side. Has to make a couple of defenders miss. The Alberta kickoff team doing a good job, and there's two flags. It looks like an offside against the Alberta kickoff team, and then another flag thrown late.
Yeah, Ray Caden, his first run down the field, they were making the tackle, but he did start from an offside position, so they'll have to re-kick this one. However, the second flag in, I'm not sure how that will affect the play, as we're going to take a quick stop here for an injured player.
Yeah, the returner Ben Blackburn, the injured player for Saskatchewan. Blackburn's had a great tournament at that receiver position. From a strong Aiden Bowman Bears program up in Saskatoon. So offside against Alberta, holding against Saskatchewan, as Blackburn's able to walk off with head trainer Michelle Keane.
Looks like Team Alberta will have to re-kick this one. So how does that work, Chris? The penalty offside happens significantly before the holding in Team Saskatchewan. So how are these penalties applied?
I'm not sure if, holding being typically a 10-yard penalty, offside being a 5, that might push the ball up to the 50-yard line now for Alberta to kick this one away, as they will put it on the 50-yard line. So 5-yard offset there, and Alberta and Hozak will probably try and get a single here now with his leg strength.
And Team Saskatchewan now down to their third and fourth kick returners, as number 1 and 2 on the depth chart is now out with injuries.
If you're Hozak here, Olivia, are you going to try and pound this one in here, as the returners are currently lined up at the 5-yard line?
I think that you do. 22 seconds left in this one. If you get the single, that's a good thing for your team.
We know he has the leg strength, and that one will go into the end zone. A good job by Liam Platt to catch that one in the air, waiting for his blocks to get set up. He's going to bounce it right. He's got some room on the sideline, and he's going to get pushed out of bounds and thrown late.
Flat.
There's no flag thrown. That is
Team Alberta getting away with is an obvious 15-yarder for unnecessary roughness for late hit, in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great return by Liam Platt. He catches it, avoids the upright, and still gets a great gain. Saskatchewan maybe unfortunate there not to get the extra 15.
So Saskatchewan will start, ball on the 37, 11 seconds left, 1 timeout still. Duran in the game at quarterback. They'll just turn, hand it off to Braden Wolf. Met right away at the line of scrimmage. A good job by the Alberta defense.
6 seconds to go here. Team Saskatchewan either going trick play or a simple handoff to go to halftime here, down 21-0. We'll likely just see a kneel down or a trick play or a run play. Sorry. As I see a replay here of Liam Platt catching that ball and avoiding the upright, a great return by number 22 for Team Saskatchewan.
Yeah, a star player on the Saskatchewan defense, doing it in the return game now as well, being sent back there as Duran will take it. He will hand it off to Wolf off the left side. A couple yards there, and that will bring us to the end of the first half. Team Alberta leading Team Saskatchewan by a score of 21-0. game on over there, Retzi? Yeah, I know. I got it on here. But that'd be nice to have it on those ones. Went downstairs to find one, but couldn't find the one that I'm pretty sure. Found the one that was running TV. Yeah. The one cable. The box in the back. Yeah. Playing so bad, so I got benched.
On us. That one coach guy?
No,
Like coach.
I think it was, yeah, it's Dolphin. It's such a bum now. You can't miss that. They're starting to say he got benched because he's an idiot. He's not good. Oh, big save. Didn't get that one. He's playing defensive end today. He usually does. He's usually a two second half. Their ends are hurt. He did like that. He's a big defensive end.
Looking at the out-of-town scoreboard in the Canadian Football League, between the Saskatchewan Roughriders and the BC Lions, the score is Riders 0, Lions 3.
Welcome back, folks, to the second half of our bronze medal game here at the 2024 Football Canada Cup between Alberta and Saskatchewan. Alberta currently leading a score of 21-0. Saskatchewan dealing with some injuries on their side, but Alberta playing very well. They're a very athletic football team. They played great this tournament, and they lead Saskatchewan by 3 scores here as we get ready to kick this second half off. Saskatchewan getting set to kick this one off to Alberta. The ever dangerous David Okoye back there for Alberta.
And handling the kickoff duties, Chris, number 76, our friend with a cast from North Battleford Vikings.
That's got to add some power to the kicks, and that is a short kick, maybe not, but does a good job by the Alberta return man to catch it in the air, and the big man gets some good yards. He's got to be pretty pumped about that one.
Bennett fought out of Cochrane Cobras in Cochrane, Alberta. Doesn't get to touch the ball a lot when you play D-line, so when you get it on a kickoff return, you get excited and you're thinking of your hero, Dan Connolly.
That's right.
For those at home not knowing the reference, Dan Connolly, offensive lineman from the New England Patriots. It's worth the YouTube check-in.
Absolutely is.
Had a wonderful kickoff return in the NFL.
So Alberta will start their first offensive drive of the second half on the 43-yard line. They will turn and hand it off to Polzer. Short gain on the play.
The stats have been rejuvenated. They're live again. ReginaRams.com/stats. Polzer, 7 carries now today for 71. He's averaging over 10 yards a carry. His quarterback averaging 14 yards a carry.
Lucian Verity in on the tackle there for Saskatchewan. 2nd and 6. 5 seconds on the play clock. Bonnet takes the snap. He's going to roll out to his left. Shovel pass coming back across. They've ran this play for a touchdown, and that time Saskatchewan defense doing a much better job. However, Polzer keeps his feet moving, and there's a late flag.
If this reception stands, Bonnet is now 10 of 11, Chris, for 155 yards. He's having a great game. He's got 2 touchdowns in the air, 1 on the ground. His production has been amazing so far today.
Yeah, he's having a great game today as there is a flag thrown against the Saskatchewan defense here, so that's going to give Alberta a first down.
So at the half, he was 9 of 10 for 148 and had ran for 59, 3 touchdowns in total.
That moves the ball all the way up to the Saskatchewan 43-yard line now as Bonnet and Polzer in the gun. Polzer will take it. Actually, Bonnet keeps himself a good fake there as he beats the defender. And that time, a good job by the Saskatchewan DB coming up and making a play. Once again, and no surprise, Liam Platt.
Liam Platt in for the tackle. It's almost tackle for loss. It'll be 2nd and 9. Zach Zipchin, linebacker from Regina Campbell, second to the party.
Zippy in making the tackle. Had
Is
the
it
pleasure of
Zippy? Is that how he goes?
Coaching him a couple of years ago when I was at Campbell Collegiate. Great kid, great athlete.
The Campbell Collegiate, those are the yellow helmets you see on the field.
As Bonnet will roll to the left, sets his feet, throws, and a beautiful pitch and catch there to Liam Pachinin. He had a long touchdown to end the first half, and he's moving the chains once again.
Sean Lewis finishing the tackle in style. Number 19, the Martinsville Royal defensive back, one of 2 defensive backs from the Martinsville Royals program on this U18 roster for Team Saskatchewan.
Gain of 21 on the play. Ball moved up to the 22-yard line, left hash. Bonnet and Pulzer in the backfield. Pulzer will roll out. They're going to take a deep shot, and well covered that time by the Saskatchewan defender, and that's going to be intercepted on the play. Jarrett Hayward with the interception.
And they're going to spot that, Chris, on the inch-yard line. I'm surprised they're not saying touchback on that.
Yeah, I thought his momentum took him into the end zone there. It looks like they're maybe rethinking it now.
Okay, that's a good conversation by the officials because, yeah, that needs to go in the 20. Big-time play there for Team Saskatchewan. They needed it. They got it. It's a big turnover.
As we see Coach Carter Stusik celebrating with Jarrett there on the sideline.
As you should. You got to feel good about that one. We just talked about Bonnet. He's 11 of 12 passing before that interception.
So the ball brought out to the 20-yard line, right hash. Adrian Rayum starting the second half at quarterback. Braden Wolf, the tailback.
Double tight end set for Team Saskatchewan.
Jet motion coming across. They will pitch it there to Ben Blackburn. Nice to see him back in the game, but that time a good job by a couple of Alberta defenders for the big hit, and there's a flag on the play.
Yeah, it looks like holding against Team Saskatchewan, as head official Lori Tursky signals. Team Alberta fans are happy in the crowd.
Nice job by Caden Ray with the tackle and his teammate there. It'll be 1st and 20 now. Rayum and Wolf in the backfield. Double tight. Alberta showing pressure. Rayum turns and hands it off to Wolf, but there's nothing going on that right side, and that's going to be a loss on the play.
Swarm by the Football Alberta defensive line and linebacking core there. It's going to be a loss. 2nd and 21.
In on the tackle, Sam Metcalf, the 6'1" linebacker out of Harry Ainley.
Metcalf now with 7 total tackles, leading all players here today in tackles. Struthers for Saskatchewan and A.J. Ward Saskatchewan have 6 and 5 respectively. So does Hayward and Wardle. All 5 tackles as well for Team Saskatchewan.
2nd and 21 now as Rayum rolls out to his left. He's going to take a deep shot into double coverage, and an almost incredible catch there. Great effort by the Saskatchewan receiver.
Rogan Pipko, I love the effort. He's in double coverage, but the 5'11" receiver makes himself look like 6'3". He goes up for it, almost comes down with it. Good attempt. But Team Saskatchewan here likely forced to punt or to give up a safety.
We do see Riel Karanji come out to potentially punt this one away. He's had a good day punting. However, David Okoria back there standing on the 50-yard line, set to return if they do choose to kick it away.
Averaging nearly 40 yards per punt so far today. Both teams are, as a matter of fact.
Pressure coming from Alberta. Piandri will get this one away. Okoria is going to catch that at the 42-yard line, but a good job by the cover team that time to limit the return.
And a late flag thrown once again.
Maybe a hold this time.
Well, it is in the vicinity of number 10 from Team Alberta, so if it is, I'll have to chuckle. I think he got away with a few earlier today. And they are going to indicate that it is against him. He's been playing physically and fast. It's just sometimes maybe crosses the line a little bit on how much you can grab onto the opposing team's jerseys.
I couldn't 100% catch the number there, but I think she did call number 10. So Olivia, they did get him on that one.
Again, I applaud the young man for the physical, fast play.
Absolutely.
You love to see that on special teams.
That will push Alberta back to start this drive.
.40 net yards there on the exchange.
George Arbez in at quarterback here for Alberta. He'll look to throw. Quick pass to the right. That's complete to number 9. And a gain of about 3 or 4 on the play.
met by a number of Saskatchewan defenders, but led by number 30, I believe.
Yeah, Gavin Packham.
Regina Winston Knoll Wolverines football player here in Regina. Defensive back listed at 5'11", 177 pounds. Makes a tackle and forces a 2nd and 6.
Bilivagovich with the reception there for Alberta. Lines up at wideout once again to George Arbez's right. 10 seconds on the play clock as he motions his receiver across. George Arbez is going to roll out to his left. Pressure in his face, hit on the play by our friend with the club.
The club man himself, we're going to call him Max Clubb from North Battleford Vikings. Makes a great play, great pressure, finishes his hit on the quarterback and makes his presence felt. The kicker, D-lineman extraordinaire, is playing a good game today.
Yes, absolutely.
He's hard to miss because of this visual addition to his equipment.
That's right.
Today.
So 3rd and 6 now as Ira Hozak will punt this one away. Ben Blackburn standing at his own 2-yard line. 5 seconds on the play clock. High snap goes over Hozak's head. He's dealt with this a couple times as he does a good job picking that up off the bounce. Gube almost gets him here. He's going to set his feet and kick this one away. A good job by Ira Hozak as Blackburn's going to pick that up at the 27-yard line, and that's where he will be brought down.
Ends up being a 17, 18 yards exchange. Saskatchewan will be happy with that. The only thing is they had a chance at maybe getting an extra 40, 50 yards if they could have made that tackle in the backfield, but good exchange nonetheless in favor of Saskatchewan as they take over here with 6:20 remaining in this 3rd quarter.
You're in a quarterback for this drive for Saskatchewan as we see a few different quarterbacks being used in this game. Both teams using 2. Burke Bartko, the running back, throws to the right to Blackburn, and he's hit after the tip there. Big hit by the defensive lineman, or the linebacker, Thomas Rowan.
Out of Okotoks, Alberta. Saskatchewan run the ball decently, but struggling a little bit in the pass game. Now they are 1 of 11 throwing the ball between the 2 quarterbacks. As Blackburn is a little bit slow to get up, but seems to be fine, walking away in his own power here. Nursing his left arm a little bit. 2nd and 10 here, passing situation for Urin and the Saskatchewan offense. Alberta showing a different look here on D-line with nobody on the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, they did this in the first half as they will bring that pressure as Uran will take a deep shot this time to Adrian Rayum, the quarterback for Saskatchewan. However, he is an outstanding receiver. I've seen him play receiver for Campbell Collegiate, and he's definitely one of the best receivers on this team, although he's playing quarterback for the most part.
Yeah, and Saskatchewan being down so many defensive backs and receivers, we got a bit of a nudge before the game. We've been told that a lot of the receivers practice at defensive back during the last 2 days because of the injuries, so maybe Rayum is taking some snaps on offense as well. Maybe that's pre-planned based on the number of injured players. 10 players not dressed today for Team Saskatchewan.
Alberta with 2 returners back on this one. A booming punt away, caught at the 40-yard line. Finds some room on the sideline. Tiptoes across midfield there as we see a late throw, no flag.
Pushed out of bounds by Lucas Durant, defensive lineman from the Campbell Tartans program.
Number of Campbell Tartans on this Saskatchewan team.
Making some assumptions at times on the numbers. Team Saskatchewan had to change jerseys before the game began, so we don't have a 98 on our roster, but assuming that is Lucas Durant.
Arbez, the quarterback on this drive, he turns, hands it off to number 7 on the carry. That is Ethan Granum.
Chase Burdell. Good game on the play. Second and 3.
Gain of 7 on the play. 2nd and 3 now. Ball on the 47-yard line. 5 minutes left in the third quarter. Hands it off to Granum again that time, but met right away. Moves his feet, and that's going to be close to another first down. And that will be a first down for Team Alberta.
Alberta's run game fairly strong this tournament, no exception today, running for nearly 8 yards a carry.
Hands off once again that time, and there's a big seam for Granum. Breaks the tackle, finally brought down at the 18-yard line. Ball moves all the way up to the 18-yard line. Arbez and Granum still in the backfield. Arbez takes the snap. He will just hand it off to Ethan Granum that time. Again, breaking tackles. He will not be stopped.
That's 7 carries for 55 yards now as he improves on his rushing average. Alberta now cracking the 350-yard total with 3 minutes to go in his third quarter, the doorstep of Saskatchewan's end zone.
That is another first down for Granum on this drive.
4 and 7.
Same backfield. Granum gets the carry that time once again, bounces off a Saskatchewan defender and takes it in for a 7-yard touchdown. That was the Ethan Granum drive.
8 carries for 64 yards and a touchdown to cap it off. Ethan Granum showing his ability on the ground, keeps his feet moving after contact, and earns himself a trip to the end zone. The consistent Ira Hozak getting ready for the point after, hoping to make it a 28-point lead for Team Alberta.
Granum from the Holy Rosary Raiders football program in Lloydminster, Alberta. Hozak will kick this one up and good, increasing their lead. 2 minutes and 39 seconds left here in the third quarter.
On behalf of the players involved in this game, the organizing committee of the UAT Football Team Cup, we'd like to acknowledge and thank you from Saskatchewan, NFL Canada, NFL Block,
Well, Chris, tougher start to this game for Team Saskatchewan, and we knew that Alberta coming in on paper looked like perhaps they were the favorites today. They've been passing the ball quite well, 12 of 15 for 177. They're running now for 8.4 yards per carry, 185 yards on the ground. It's been a dominant performance by Team Alberta. What does Team Saskatchewan need to do here as we close out this third quarter?
Yeah, we've seen them make a change here, putting quarterback Adrian Rayum at receiver. We mentioned the short bodies in a few areas. So, Team Saskatchewan at this point down a number of scores, still in the third quarter. They got to get on the board early. Starts with a return here, although Hozak has been making that very tough on this Saskatchewan return team, as he will kick this one to the 10-yard line, bounces back, and this one's going to go out of bounds. A good job by the Saskatchewan returner to let that go out of bounds. The Alberta cover team almost got there before it did, but I think that was the right decision, of course, as the flag is thrown. Jarrett Hayward with the decision to let that go out of bounds there.
Smart decision by the young man. He's going to earn his team some good field position, as the officials will likely move this ball up. Love what I'm seeing on Rogan Pipko. A few times that I see him today with what I'll call effort plays. And it's easier to have good effort plays when your team is winning, but when it's 28-zip and you're not feeling so great about your chance of winning the game, when your effort doesn't change, I think that's always a testament to good, strong character. So great job, number 80, the white helmet, Rogan Pipko. Very impressive today.
You're in the quarterback here. Motion behind him. He will look to throw. He's going to take a deep shot to Rayum, underthrown, and that's going to be intercepted by number 12 for Team Alberta. That is Caden Ray, and he's brought down there. Trying to take a deep shot to his quarterback partner, but a little underthrown, and it's picked off. Olivier almost pulled a Kevin Harlan and started calling 2 football games as we have the Ryder BC game on to our left. They ran your favorite play for a gain of about 60 yards.
My favorite play.
They did. The Riders ran your favorite play to Sam Emilus. That's right. And they go in for a touchdown. As Alberta will start on the 43-yard line, 2 minutes left in the third quarter after that turnover. George Arbez in at quarterback. He's going to look to throw. He's going to take looking for a deep shot there, but keeps it himself. Avoids one tackle, gets a first down. A good run by the quarterback.
George Arbez showing they could get it done in the air and with his legs. He's had a good tournament as well. We saw him a lot in the first game for Team Alberta, not so much against Quebec, but good to see him again back in the game here. 2 solid options at quarterback for Team Alberta.
Ball now on the other side of half, on the Saskatchewan side, 54-yard line. Arbez takes it. Quick throw to his right. That is complete. Short gain on the play to number 80.
It's a good tackle by Jared Hayward, defensive back.
88, sorry, with the reception.
From the Weyburn Eagles. Alberta doing a good job spreading the ball around. They've passed it to 8 different receivers. They've ran the ball with 5 different players, so that's lots of different ways to get their players involved, keeping Saskatchewan's defense on their toes.
They will turn and just hand it off to Polzer this time on the right side, and that's going to be a Alberta first down as we wind down towards the end of this third quarter. Keenan Struthers with the tackle. First and 10, right hash, ball on the 40-yard line. Arbez and Polzer in the backfield. Alberta has had a lot of success running the ball here in the second half as they will turn. They will hand it off. Another seam on the right side there as the Alberta offensive line doing a good job pushing their running back for some extra yards.
There sure are. There's 7 offensive linemen on that roster from Team Alberta, a very deep group. They have size. They work hard to keep their feet going.
Second and 3 now. Arbez and Polzer in the backfield. Right hash once again. Motion coming across. Arbez hands it off. Polzer finds another big lane, and there's a flag thrown, potentially holding after yards gained as we see a Saskatchewan defender down as he gets up here.
Seems to be all right.
Holding the call after yards gained, so it will be a first down. However, Alberta will be pushed back. One more play here in the third quarter as there's zeros on the clock.
The crowd getting into it here, cheering both the Alberta offense and the Saskatchewan defense.
Arbez takes it, hands it off to Polzer, makes one man miss in the backfield, hits the right side, breaks the tackle, and another flag thrown. See, if this is another holding, he was thrown after he got the first down. However, we'll see what the refs call.
As Liam Platt comes in and makes a tackle to limit the gain. Number 88, the receiver McBride, getting called for an illegal block. That's going to bring Alberta back 10 yards.
Looks like they will determine that was before yards gained, so 1st and 20 coming up.
Still with zeros on the clock for the potential last play of this third quarter.
The Alberta offense breaks the huddle. Arbez and Polzer. Arbez, trouble with the snap, picks it up, rolls left, tries to avoid a Saskatchewan defender, and he does as A.J. Ward gets back up and it brings him down.
I love that play. It makes me smile. A.J. Ward, the leading tackler for Team Saskatchewan defense today, misses the quarterback sack, quickly gets back on his feet, sprints to the QB, and ends up getting him on his second effort.
Yeah, good play by AJ to get back up. A good effort play, as you called that.
Yeah, and I think they're important right now as you continue to fight, especially the players who age out. It's their last time representing their provinces. This is 1 quarter left of football where they can proudly wear their province's jerseys on, and whether you're winning or losing, you want to end on a high note. You want to make sure that you've done everything you can, and A.J. Ward and Liam Platt and Strutters and all these players we talk about, Hayward and Wardle and Lewis, and make sure that all of these guys are continuing to work as hard as they can so they can walk out of this tournament feeling good about their effort, which for me as a coach, Chris, is one of the biggest things I look for. Do my players bring maximum effort? Are they doing everything they can to be a good teammate, to represent the program well? And I think that's why these kids get to walk away here feeling good about their performance.
Yeah, as you mentioned, Olivier, lots to be proud of for this Team Saskatchewan team. Obviously not the tournament they wanted or the tournament they're even used to, but that's one of the beauties about Football Canada Cup is every year the team is so different. We see a very strong Ontario team, Quebec, Alberta, and Saskatchewan here fighting for a bronze medal, of course, in this third place game. Currently down 4 scores as we get into the fourth quarter, but Saskatchewan players have played with great respect, great effort as well. Coaching staff doing a great job here with this team.
Yeah, and lots of provinces who moved up this year. Manitoba went from 8th to finishing 6th, and Team Ontario is going to get a chance to move up from their 4th place standing and a chance of finishing 2nd or 1st, depending how their game goes today.
Arbez trying to hit his receiver, Jackson Sterling, in the middle there, but that one falls incomplete as they will send on the punt team.
Stats are down again. New punt returner on the field for Team Saskatchewan. This will be the 5th different returner we see on the field.
That is Burke Bartko, the running back from the Watrous Winston Wildcats program. Hozak gets another booming, turning over punt as Bartko's going to catch that at the 4-yard line. Does a good job to catch that in the air. Makes one man miss and then pushed out of bounds around the 9-yard line.
Good return by the punt returner just to even field this ball in the air. It was punted deep and very wide off to the sideline. Good job getting possession of that ball. His offense is going to start just across the 10-yard line.
See Nolan Uren come back in at quarterback here.
Tough tournament for Team Saskatchewan. Key injury on the first play of the tournament for them. Their all-star returner of the second game, all-star returner and receiver Ty Fedek Andrews. He was game MVP in the first game. He was injured and could not continue playing after the first play of the last game, and they've had nothing but injuries since, it feels like.
Pass complete to number 87, Brody Taylor, the 6'2" receiver from Melfort. That will be a first down, Saskatchewan.
The Melfort Comets getting on the score sheet here. On the stats sheet, I should mention, sorry. Getting the first down. Apologies, his second reception of the day. He now has 22 yards.
Duran hands it off to Bartko. He has some room on the left side, doing a good job following his blockers, and that's going to be a first down, and there's a late flag thrown in the area of a horse collar.
And Gabe Yasinski, the reserves of Moose Jaw Vanier Vikings, doing a great job fighting and blocking and continuing to play with pride. I love seeing receivers, Chris, who block down the field until the whistle.
Absolutely. You know, we've talked about this before. If you're a receiver, and maybe I should just let you tell your story about how many plays you're going to, how many catches you think you'll get in a game.
Yeah, you know, we averaged last year about, now we went a bit faster than most teams, we averaged about 60 offensive snaps per game.
I should preface this by talking to people who maybe don't play tackle football and they're scared of being hurt and they're a receiver type.
Sure.
And yeah, that's where we've had this discussion before, and that's where I was thinking about this.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a top-notch receiver, you might get, 7 receptions in a game out of 60 snaps. So, and of those, if you want to talk about people who are scared of getting hit, quite often you'll end up either in the end zone or out of bounds, so not even tackled. so yeah, receivers don't get that much, if you will, physical contact, but hard blocking ones sure do. They find ways to get involved much more in their 6 or 7 receptions.
As Uren throws it over the middle, and that is to number 15, Adrian Rayum. I mentioned he's an outstanding receiver as well as he scoops that one off the turf.
No, you weren't kidding, Chris. That's an impressive reception. Team Saskatchewan now looking at 2nd and inches after that really nice effort grab. As we look on the replay, great job catching the ball and turning his shoulders immediately, making sure the ball does not touch the turf. Good reception by Rayum.
2nd and 1 now after that 1st and 20 play. As Uren under center takes the snap. He will move the chains for Saskatchewan here.
That 19-yard reception by Rayum makes him the receiver with the most yards on Team Saskatchewan.
There you go.
Way to get involved in different ways.
As they officially move the chains here.
As the stats are back on and live. ReginaRams.com/stats if you want to follow along.
As there's a helmet off on the play there. An Alberta defender losing his helmet. Short gain on the play.
That's number 40, Charles Beach from St. Francis Brown in Calgary, making sure that he gets a nice photo without a helmet on. Those are always nice and cool to put on the Instagram later on, right, Chris?
Yes, always cool. That's right.
Always cool.
As Football Canada just put our photo up on Instagram.
Uh-oh.
Maybe not as cool as the other ones.
If we're tagged, we're in trouble because here comes the comments.
That's right. 2nd and 8 for this Saskatchewan offense. Uren's going to look to throw. He's pressured right up the middle, loses the ball, sacked and fumbled, recovered by Alberta.
As Bennett fought the defensive lineman from Cochrane Cobras on the recovery, giving his team great field position with 8:26 to go in this 4th quarter.
Yeah, Ida Ataro with the force. That's Bennett Foth with the recovery. Nice play by this Alberta defense. Arbez staying in the game at quarterback here for Alberta. Ethan Granum in the game back at running back as he gets the handoff there. Met right away by number 99, Lucas Durant, and that's going to be a loss on the play.
Offensive lineman Nicholas Olivier Forster, second time I mentioned him, getting involved in the blocks there. A little extracurricular activity, but nothing crossing the line, says the official, so we're good. 2nd and long.
As we see on the CFL game, Kieran Poisson with the reception. I believe a former Canada Cup player.
Kieran Poisson, who played his minor football in Regina. He ended up playing in the CJFL in British Columbia, and now plays for the BC Lions.
Jared Hayward with the interception, trip there at the 20-yard line, but that is a turnover for this Saskatchewan defense.
Jared Hayward, defensive back from Weyburn Eagles, with a great interception. Gives Saskatchewan the ball right back.
As the Saskatchewan offense, currently being led by Nolan Uren, steps back onto the field.
Another Weyburn Eagle football player, the red helmets that you see on the field.
Quick throw, that time almost intercepted, incomplete.
Saskatchewan going with the high-low concept where the slot back has a decision to make, right? Is he going to run a 5-6 yard hook and just kind of sit in the zone, or will he go deep? And that's all dependent on the coverage you see from Team Alberta. Only problem is he wasn't on the same page as his quarterback. Liam Platt checking in with the offense.
Let's see here if they maybe just send him on a go route as quarterback Adrian Rayroom is helping direct traffic, telling Platt where to go. Lines up in the slot back as he ran offside thrown as they do take a shot, and there is no flag thrown for pass interference there.
I thought Liam Platt might be on the receiving end of a pass interference. You know, he plays defensive back. I'm sure he's been called once or twice in his life, and he goes, wait a second, I didn't think we were allowed to do that.
That's right. Offside the call against Alberta, so they will move this up. It'll be 2nd and 5.
The replay not conclusive, Chris. So we'll hold the comments. Thank you for not commenting on the group chat on that one.
That's right.
Jokes aside, we do miss you in the group chat. Maybe next year we'll get a chance to interact once again.
That's right. That means they're sending us to, I think it's in Halifax next year.
I'm ready to go, Chris.
I might be wrong on where the location is, but quick throw to Rayroom. That time caught as he falls down, but that is going to move the chains for a Saskatchewan first down.
His second reception today. 2 receptions, 2 first downs for the Yellow Helmets quarterback receiver extraordinaire.
First and 10, ball on the 33-yard line. And pass intended to Rayum, I believe, on the right side there. Incomplete.
Second down.
5:55 to go in this bronze medal game. Team Alberta showing their strength. Had a great tournament. 3 solid games, I thought. Well deserving of walking away in this tournament with a medal. As they show a heavy blitz look.
Uren gets that one away over the middle. That one falls incomplete once again. Intended for a Rayroom. If they're going to put him at receiver, they're going to try and get him the ball.
May as well. He's got 4 targets so far today. The first 2 completions for first downs. This past 2, not so much. He's been a good athlete, Rayroom. We've seen him throw some nice balls. He's escaped the pocket well. And as you brought it to our attention, Chris, a very, very good receiver as well.
So
Some of these athletes, Chris, running backs, quarterbacks specifically, they often go to the next level and they get switch positions, right? Because there's only one quarterback on the field, one running back on the field, but sometimes there's 5 or 6 DBs or 5 receivers, and you see a lot of these guys, they're the best athletes on their team, and they might play a specific position in their high school program, but they get moved around quite a bit as they go to youth sports.
Yeah, as we see Brody Taylor have a nice kick here. And, we had the pleasure of interviewing our friend Kyle Conte, your quarterback this past fall that you coached, moving up to the second level U Sport and switching positions to receiver.
Yeah, prime example of it. Really athletic kid, and we kind of go on the high school team well. You're our best chance at quarterback. Let's play you there. You're very capable, but U Sports team might realize, it's not because you play QB, you play a specific position, it means that's where you'll be forever. Great utilization of his athleticism. They're going to switch him to slot back, and it'll be a good fit for him.
You see Polzer back at the game at running back, gets the ball there, makes a few people miss as he heads down that sideline. And that's going to be a first down for Alberta.
Brought down by Jared Hayward with the interception on the last play. He's up there in tackles too. He's got 7 tackles now, Chris, and he's got an interception as well. So he's tied for first in his team in tackles.
He can return the ball. He can tackle. I don't think he's kicked, but I wouldn't put it past him.
Yeah, usually these very athletic guys, they can indeed do it all.
Bonnet back in at quarterback for this drive for Alberta. He will keep it. Throws to the left side, complete to number 11, but brought down right away by the Saskatchewan DB. That is Darius Crandall. We haven't called his name yet today. Flag thrown late. So unnecessary roughness called against Saskatchewan there, so that's going to move the ball up.
Both teams at the 80 and 85 yards of penalties today. Much lower than what we saw on Wednesday.
Yes, much lower, absolutely. First and goal, ball on the 9-yard line. Bonnet will keep it himself. Throws it into the corner, has a receiver, dropped by said receiver.
Absolutely outstanding job by the quarterback. First of all, making a small move to buy himself some time and then locating an open receiver, displaying his arm strength on the run. He's been impressive all tournament long, but that last play there, I really like the work out of the quarterback. Yes, incomplete pass, but to me, as good as it gets from a QB.
Yeah, very impressive play. He's played great here today in this game against Saskatchewan.
11 of 14 for 173 and 2 touchdowns. On the ground, he's ran for 60 yards and a touchdown. It's 233 all-purpose yards and 3 touchdowns for number 1.
He will look to add to his total as it is caught by the receiver as he muscles his way in for a touchdown. That is number 9, Alden Bilibagovic.
Bonnet now thrown 80% completion rate, 182, 3 touchdowns, plus, as we said, 60 on the ground and a touchdown. He's a clear candidate for the MVP of this bronze medal game.
As Ira Hozak will come on once again for an extra point. Three and a half minutes remain in this game.
Bonnet, the only player listed out of Rocky View County, the only George McDougall Mustang on this roster. I assume he leads this high school team.
Kick is up and good.
And a reminder to parents to stay put after the game for the presentation of the players' game ceremony. And after a handshake,
The both teams could line up. Right around 45-yard lines now would be amazing. Thank you.
Olivier, looking ahead, we will see Quebec take on Ontario for a gold medal, and that should be a heck of a game. Ontario coming away with a big win over Saskatchewan, and then, as we know, a very close finish against Alberta for Quebec.
Yeah, I mean, the Quebec-Alberta game was back and forth. Two teams very capable of coming away with the win. Quebec getting the win by an inch, but it's, two very capable team. Ontario showed us how big and strong they can be, the way they played. I thought in the game on Wednesday that they really looked like a well-organized team, well-coached team. It's going to be hard to say who comes away with gold.
Yeah, should be a great game as we see a big block on this return for Saskatchewan. And Bartko with the return.
Chase Wardell, the linebacker from the Viscount Vikings, with the big block on kickoff return. Love to see that.
So Saskatchewan will take over Here, ball on the 23-yard line. You ran in at quarterback. Quads to his right.
You ran 4 completions for 47 yards.
Too many players,
today.
I was going to say, as a receiver runs out of bounds there. Quick throw to the left. That one falls incomplete.
Pass incomplete. Target number 87, Brody Taylor.
3-minute warning being whistled in.
Eight first downs, Saskatchewan. Balanced attack between run and pass for them.
Duran's going to step back to pass. He's going to take a deep shot to Rayum on the left side. Tries to come back for it. And that one will fall incomplete.
Good play by both the receiver and the defensive back trying to make something out of it. But we're looking at 3rd and 10 here. It's going to be under 2 minutes remaining when Team Alberta takes possession of the football.
Sullivan Carlson with the coverage there for Alberta. Nice coverage on the play.
Alberta having the opportunity to finish this game with the football in their hands. Maybe get a first down here and take some knees and get in victory formation, as we call it sometimes on offense.
Brody Taylor punting this one away for Saskatchewan. Standing on his own 7-yard line. That one's going to be a short kick as Okoye is going to come up and pick that up off the bounce. And no yards thrown, so that's where they will start. Just over a minute remains in this game.
Alberta now in position where they can take knees to end this game, assuming Saskatchewan would not take a timeout. Now they don't know that with certainty, but looks like they'll elect to run the ball here.
Bonnet will turn and hand it off to Granham. He finds some room on the right side. Moves the chain. Will be just short of the first down line there.
And A.J. Ward on the tackle, making it 2nd and short. I think now we might see knees from Team Alberta. Yeah, I think that's what they're indicating here to the officials. The right thing to do, lots of class to finish the tournament. I think that's important. That's how you do it. Just take your knees here. Go home happy, finishing with a positive note, a medal. Deserving of their medal. Played very strong today.
You are correct, Olivier, as Cohen Bonnet will take the last snap of the game, takes a knee, and are they going to make him do this again?
They're going to make him do it again with 1 second left in the game. So now clearly it's zeros on the clock, so one more.
And there we go, as now the game is over, as Alberta will come away with a 3rd place finish as a big win over Team Saskatchewan here and a bronze medal.
Congratulations, Team Alberta. Strong performance led by your quarterback, Bonnet. It's been 197 yards in the air, 248 on the ground. They've been dominant today and deserving of their medal as they head home.
So we will be back in around an hour for the gold medal game. Team Quebec taking on Team Ontario.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Join us in congratulating both teams on an outstanding performance, a great game, and an amazing tournament. At this time, if I could draw your attention to midfield, we will commence with the presentations of the most valuable offensive and defensive player awards to both teams as chosen by the U18 All Canada Cup selection. The winner of the most valuable defensive player of the game award for Team Saskatchewan from Weyburn, representing the Weyburn Eagles, number 34, Jarrett Hayward. The winner of the most valuable offensive player of the game award for Team Saskatchewan from Saskatchewan, representing the Hayden Bowman Bears, number 9, Ben Blackburn. The winner of the most valuable defensive player of the game award for Team Alberta from Edmonton, representing the Harry Ainley Titans, number 8, Hedda Toro. And the winner of the most valuable offensive player of the game award for Team Alberta from Rocky View County, representing George McDougall Bassett, number 1, Cohen Wines. Let's take out for both teams on a great tournament. So the result of this game, this means that Team Saskatchewan finishes 4th and Team Alberta finishes 3rd in the 2024 U18 Canada Cup. Thank you all for your attendance, ladies and gentlemen. And just a reminder, coming up next is the tournament finale, the gold medal match between Team Ontario and Team Quebec. Thank you all so much.